A lot of people think there's only one way you can make money from real estate, and that's, from your tenant paying you monthly. Someone with a little bit more experience would say, hey, no, there's not just one way, there's two ways. How about appreciation? I heard if you hold your real estate long enough, it's gonna go up. Sure, that's almost 99% the case if you time your sale correctly, if you know the market and the signals. Sure, I can agree. But there's not only one, and there's not only two, there's four ways, all right? As you get a little bit more advanced, you're gonna understand that there's four wealth generators of real estate. So, the first one is cash flow. Sure, it's not your rental income. Cash flow is your rental income minus your expenses, all right? It's your pure extra money. All right, it's exactly what the banks look at. Your banks don't look at your cash. If you have $100,000 in your in the bank doesn't care. In fact, it's more happy to see $1,000 monthly coming in than to see $100,000 just saved. Okay, that's for a different purpose. The banks would love to take it and put it in your savings account, and then lend it out to people who actually know what to do with money. But they look at cash flow. Property income from your tenant is $1,000 and the expenses are $300, you would have a cash flow of $700. That's one way your property is generating wealth for you monthly. The second wealth generator is appreciation, which means if you purchase your property for $100,000 and you hold it, a specific amount of time, it's going to appreciate maybe 1 to 3% yearly. So in around 10 years, maybe it would be 150,000, 180,000, 140, 120. It depends on the market, but it's gonna appreciate because inflation's happening, guys. And that's why I love real estate. It's one of the best ways to combat inflation and preserve your wealth, your capital, because the cost of materials are getting more expensive. The governments are printing more money. Your money is becoming less valuable. The cost of building another apartment like that is becoming more expensive. The cost of labor is becoming more expensive. All in all, your property is rising. And that's just that factor which causes your capital, your property to appreciate. There's many other factors, all right? The market, the economy, the cycle you're in. All in all, on average, your property will appreciate. Don't get me wrong, it will appreciate. And even if a recession comes, don't be scared. Think of it as a big sale. Go buy more properties. Don't sell. Don't panic and sell. See it as a big sale. First, we've got the cash flow. Second, we've got the appreciation. The third is your loan pay down. Well, of course, you only have this wealth generator if you borrow from the bank, which is, it's up to you whether you're gonna do that. I personally like to leverage my cash. I don't wanna use 100% of my cash in one property. I'd rather use 20% of my cash in one property and be able to buy around 3, 4, 5 more. So as long as you've got the cash flow and the passive income to pay off that monthly payment to the bank until your properties are rented, renovated, or sold, you should be fine. Again, it's something you should really think of on your own. Let's say, suppose you have to pay back the bank $550 monthly. $300 is going to your interest, it's interest of the bank for giving you the money, and $250 is going to your principal. So the amount of money they borrowed you, it's decreasing. So it's kind of like a piggy bank. Think of it as a piggy bank. So when you're paying monthly, or your tenant's paying monthly, it's going to your piggy bank and it's going to their interest. Now, over time, that interest is decreasing, and your loan and your piggy bank is increasing. So over a period of time, suddenly you're going to see that you are getting $350 in your principal, and the bank's only getting $200, and it's going to go down and down and down until the bank's receiving maybe $50 every month from the interest, and you're receiving $500. That's one way I love to generate wealth, because practically I didn't use 100% of my cash to purchase the property. I used 20%, spent another small portion on renovation, and now the tenant is literally living inside there, working every day, paying monthly to me, which I have a portion of it as my already from my net is my cash flow, and then I pay back the bank monthly which technically he's paying back the bank. So basically, he is printing money for me. All right, I set up an asset that's printing money for me. I did not use all my cash. He's using his time and his cash. So again, if you are watching this and you're in the advanced sections of my group, you would probably freaking 100% agree with me that you have to use the bank's money. Don't use your money. Always try to use as little as your money as possible and use OPM, other people's money, especially the banks. Starbucks went to 100 or 101 banks to get his first loan, and look where he is now, huh? He's Starbucks. So try out 100,000 banks. Heck, these new branches that they open, they're piled up with money. They just need to start giving out car loans, asset loans, property loans, business loans, personal loans. They need it. They need to. That's how banks make money. They make money by borrowing, lending out money to people. So, hey, try talking out to many hundreds of banks. In fact, if it doesn't work out, at least you gained experience from it. Experience talking to banks. By the way, if there's just one question they ask you and you kind of stumble or you don't know, it kind of makes a risk. They kind of see, oh, he doesn't know the game. He doesn't know the game, and they might be, they might not give it to you. You might think twice. So keep going, keep failing till you know exactly what to say to bankers. Anyway, in my next episode, you're gonna know exactly what to say to bankers. And the last one would be tax benefits. Throughout the whole real estate process, from purchasing the property to renovating the property to selling the property, if your property appreciates, if your property depreciates, and all throughout the whole real estate process, there is tax benefits. All right, you can get your VAT back from your materials. If the property depreciates, you can also save taxes. You pay less taxes. If you buy a property and it has a VAT and you buy it from the LLC, you can get your VAT back. There's many things. We're gonna go technical in the next episodes. So, for wealth generators. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time and I hope my video today was valuable for you. Till next time, don't forget to subscribe.